Hey, Phil.
Hey.
So I had a guy come into the store the other day, and he was looking at a pre-owned SUV.
Right.
And he wanted to take the vehicle off of our dealership lot to take it for a private inspection at another mechanic shop.
Mm-hmm.
And our dealership said,
Oh, of course
no.
not.
Why is that?
Well, there's a lot of reasons, liability and everything else, but...
100%.
And I get where he's coming from. This idea that we're going to hide something from him.
It's one of the biggest myths in the car business is that the dealership that inspects the vehicle and also sells the vehicle is trying to hide things from you. And that's the furthest thing from the truth.
It's the opposite of the truth, because we've joked about this before.
My name's Ryan.
I'm Phil.
And together we have over 25 years of experience working in dealerships. And this is Car Buying 101, where we're here to give you the insider's knowledge, the secrets, so that you can have a better experience next time you buy a car and hopefully save some time and money.
Yeah, you want to avoid those costly mistakes too.
So in any dealership, the sales department is the number one customer of
The service
the
department.
service department.
Yeah.
So what you need to understand is that when we take in a vehicle on trade, let's say you are coming in to buy a new vehicle or a pre-owned vehicle, doesn't matter, and you're wanting to trade in your car. We do the deal, we agree on numbers, always negotiate the all-in price first, always work with the salesperson that you know, like, and trust, and then that vehicle becomes ours, the dealership's property. Now, that vehicle goes into our service department. And guess what, guys? Mechanics,
They're paid to find money.
they're
problems.
they're paid to find problems.
That's true.
And the sales department that now owns your trade-in, they are going to pay top dollar
Yeah.
in the service department. In fact, they will probably pay more than any other customer that's walking into the store to just get a routine oil change, tire rotation, and get the vehicle checked over.
Yeah, and there's two reasons why they do this. Number one is that when a dealership is going to sell a pre-owned vehicle, they are legally liable for it. So they're not going to, it's not like, oh, it's got bad brakes and they're going to hide it from you and your mechanic's going to find out and be like, they were going to send you a death trap. Like, that's obviously not going to happen, right?
Now, the dealership is liable, but also the technician, the mechanic.
Yeah.
Because they go to school and they get a ticket to become a Red Seal technician.
Yeah.
And we have, at the store that I work at, we have 3 guys that have 25 years working in the mechanic shop, in the service department. And they're not about to sign off that a vehicle is safe when it's actually not. In fact, they understand full well that their ticket is on the line if the dealership doesn't present that vehicle properly.
Yeah.
And they also know full well that we in the sales department are going to pay all of the money to make sure that that vehicle is safe, so that when we go resell that vehicle to the next customer, that we can stand behind it.
And that's reason number 2 is because they know that if they say, oh, this needs to be replaced, that they're going to do it.
Yeah.
You know, it's very different than when a customer comes in and they say, oh, you should replace this. The customer can say,
No, I don't want to right now.
I don't want to. Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe it's marginal and it's like brakes or tires or a belt that is starting to crack, or the tires are like getting down there. The service department, the mechanic that looked at it will recommend a few things, but you as a customer can decline that.
Yeah.
The sales department can't.
No, we can't.
And in fact, when you bought your truck, I called you immediately. I knew exactly what you wanted, exactly what you were looking for. And I said, Phil, this truck is here. It's finally arrived. It's yours. And we still had to put it through.
But it's still before I could even buy it. And I know I knew I wound up paying it in the end because they had to do like a good couple $1,000s worth of work on it. And in fact, I remember it's like I took it for a test drive, and then the next day the mechanic had a do not drive sign in it.
That's right. I
And
forgot
the
about
brakes
that.
he says, I pulled off the brakes for an inspection and they fell apart.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, all right.
And you still love the truck?
Well, of course. But
So-
the brakes got fixed.
And the brakes got fixed. So should you trust
Absolutely.
the dealership's inspection on a pre-owned vehicle? Yeah. You really should. Now, what we've talked about on this channel before is that you need to look at the full picture. The safety inspection, the mechanical safety inspection on a pre-owned vehicle is just one piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
You need to get the safety inspection, the Carfax, the whole story, take it for a drive, give it the scratch and sniff test, go for, like, just get all of the information. The safety inspection is only one part of it, but should you trust it? Yeah. Should you take it off-site and go get a private inspection? Probably not, because again, the sales department is the number one customer of the service department in any dealership that I've ever worked at.
Right. And I think it's very important to point out, we're talking about a legitimate dealership here, not some little, cabin kind of, where you've got a trailer and like 20 used cars, and then the guy says, oh yeah, I looked them over myself. Yeah. That's a different story.
If you're a dealership that the whole lot is gravel and there's a there's a trailer at the back of the dealership, and that is the dealership is the trailer, okay, maybe that's a different story. But if you go into any reputable dealership, you can probably trust the safety inspection. People think that we rush safety inspections and we overlook things, that the sales department can sell vehicles quicker. And it's actually the furthest thing from the truth, not only from the service department's reputation, but also the sales department's reputation, because reputation matters more than it ever has. And if you have a bad experience buying a car from me, you can roast me online.
It really, like, I remember being at dealerships where people are not even roasting us, and we've had blowback from it.
Right.
It's so volatile, and reputation management is everything.
Now, when you're buying a pre-owned vehicle, you also need to understand that no vehicle is perfect. I mean, that's the same actually with new vehicles, but especially with pre-owned vehicles. You're buying a pre-owned vehicle, there's no way to guarantee everything that's on the vehicle. If you're expecting a used vehicle to be perfect,
good luck.
Buy a new one.
Yeah, good luck.
Buy a new one. Think about this. You go to your doctor and you get a physical, and he tells you that you're all good, your health is good, but then you get sick next month. Does that mean the doctor was wrong? Not necessarily.
That's a really good way of putting it.
It just means that something happened in the last month. And that could be the same with pre-owned vehicles. I had a guy that bought a pre-owned Kia SUV, and 3 months into owning it, there started to be problems with the catalytic converter. Now, does that mean that I should have never sold him the vehicle? Does that mean that the service technician, the mechanic that looked at the vehicle originally, missed something? Not necessarily, because that mechanic is paid to find everything. And he will, I promise you. It just means that this customer in this case bought a pre-owned vehicle, drove it for a month, and something happened. It was pre-owned.
I have countless stories. I mean, when I bought my truck, 2 months later, the clutch went.
That's right, yes.
And the person who drove it before didn't know how to drive manual. I remember I bought a Honda years ago.
That's right, yes.
And that thing, 2 days after I bought it privately, but 2 days after I bought it, the starter went.
Now, does that mean that you can blame the dealership or go back to the dealership and expect a refund?
Well, it doesn't matter if it's private or a dealership. Like, it's a lot different if you're buying it privately.
Yeah.
But the point is that I think with a used vehicle, now when you buy from a dealership, you should usually not normally have problems right away. But the way I look at it is almost every used vehicle you ever buy, you're going to have to put money into it right away. You can guarantee that. I've never bought a used vehicle from either a dealership or privately that I haven't had to put money into right away.
Now, we've talked about this in the past too on different videos. There are 3 stages of owning a vehicle. There's the purchasing, the buying stage, there's the ownership stage, and there's the selling stage. Whether you sell it privately or decide to trade it in. And a lot of people will buy a pre-owned vehicle because it's cheaper up front.
Up front, yeah.
But then they end up spending more in the ownership stage.
Yeah.
And then it has problems and they decide, well, maybe it's time to get rid of this vehicle. And then they try to sell it, and the dealership seemingly like undervalues that vehicle, but it's got issues.
Yeah.
So how are they supposed to then resell it? So make sure that when you buy a vehicle, if you're expecting it to be perfect, buy brand new. If you're expecting it to be good, then pre-owned is an option. And should you trust the dealership's safety mechanical inspection?
Yeah,
you probably should. Should you expect a vehicle to be brand new and perfect? Not always, at all.
But I mean, you will get a better used vehicle from a dealership than you will privately.
100%.
Yeah.
If when you guys buy private, you guys have zero protection. And a dealership should stand behind the vehicle. In fact, at the dealership that I currently work at, I don't think I've even told you this. We put a 3-month, 5,000 kilometer powertrain warranty on every vehicle that we sell.
Yeah.
Because we are going to stand behind that vehicle. And not only do we as a dealership stand behind our vehicle, but that's also a way for us to stand behind our mechanics.
Yeah.
And say, listen, guys, we trust you. We know that you're looking out for the best interest of our customers and also the sales department. So the sales department and the service department need to work combined, but just know that that service department is making money hand over fist on the sales department because they're going to find everything that they possibly can on that vehicle and make sure that that sales department pays.
Yeah, so there's no need to take it to your cousin Vinny to have him.
No, probably not. That's right. Thank you guys. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you again for the next video.